Hello, Latin lovers and language enthusiasts. Ever wondered where the word libido comes from? You know, that term psychologists use to talk about our deep-seated desires and drives. Well, today, we're going to travel back in time to ancient Rome to uncover the secrets of its ancestor, the fascinating Latin word, lubido. First things first, let's get the pronunciation right. In classical Latin, it would have sounded something like lubido. Can you hear that? The U is long, like in flute, and the I is long, like in machine, lubido. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Now, if you were speaking ecclesiastical or church Latin, it might sound a bit more like lubido, closer to the Italian pronunciation. For our journey today, we'll stick with the classical lubido. So what exactly is lubido? It's a feminine noun from the third declension, a group of Latin nouns known for their variety and sometimes tricky endings. The genitive or possessive form is lubidinus. This lubidinus form is the key to understanding its family tree. From lubido, lubidinus, we can see how it declines through all its cases. Let's do a quick declension drill to see lubido in action. And in the plural, nominative, lubidines the desires. Genitive, lubidinum of the desires. Dative, lubidinibestur for the desires. Accusative, lubidines the desires as a direct object. Ablative, lubidinibus by, with, or from the desires. Vocative, lubidines old desires. Notice how the stem lubidin appears from the genitive case onwards. This is a classic feature of third declension nouns. Mastering this pattern is a huge step in your Latin journey. Now for the really juicy part, the meaning. Lubido is a powerhouse of a word. At its most basic level, it means desire, longing, a wish, or even just a fancy. It could be the simple desire for a piece of fruit or a longing for home. It's that internal pull towards something you want. But, and this is a big but, lubido often carried a much stronger, more intense meaning. It frequently referred to passion, wantonness, or what we would call lust. This is the sense that has most directly influenced our modern understanding of libido. When a Roman author used lubido, they were often painting a picture of a desire that was unrestrained, capricious, and sometimes even dangerous. It wasn't just a simple wish, it was a driving force that could overpower reason and judgment. In the plural form lubidines, it often meant passions or lists, referring to multiple, often chaotic, desires pulling a person in different directions. Think of it as the whirlwind of impulses that can cloud our minds. Finally, lubido could also simply mean will or pleasure. Ad lubidinum could be translated as at one's pleasure or according to one's will. This usage highlights the arbitrary, subjective nature of the desire. It's not about what's right or necessary, it's about what one wants to do just because they feel like it. So how did the Romans actually use this word? Let's look at some of the greats. The famous orator and philosopher Cicero was a master of using lubido to criticize his political opponents. In his speeches against Catiline, for instance, he might use lubido to characterize the conspirators as being driven not by noble ideals, but by their own selfish, uncontrolled passions and whims. He would contrast lubido with ratio reason or officium duty, painting a clear picture of order versus chaos, virtue versus vice. For Cicero, lubido was often the enemy of a well-ordered state and a well-ordered mind. Then we have the historian Sallust. In his work, The Conspiracy of Catiline, he writes, In lubido maxima invaseret republicae capiendae. This translates to the greatest desire of seizing the republic had invaded him. Here, lubido is not just a passing thought. It's an invasive, overwhelming force that takes control of Catiline. powerful, almost pathological ambition. Sallust uses lubido to explore the dark psychology of political corruption. Let's also consider the poet Horace. In his odes, he often reflects on the importance of moderation, the famous golden mean. He would warn against being a slave to your lubidines, your passions. For Horace, a happy life was one where you controlled your desires, rather than letting them control you. Lubido represented the excess that could lead to ruin and unhappiness. Now, let's trace the journey of lubido through time. As Latin evolved into the Romance languages, the direct descendants of lubido faded a bit. However, its root lub, which relates to pleasure and desire, is still visible. For example, it's related to the Latin verb lubit or libet, meaning it is pleasing, but its most famous descendant arrived much later in the field of psychology. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Sigmund Freud was looking for a term to describe the fundamental psychic energy driving our instincts and desires. He reached back to the classics and chose libido, the modern spelling of lubido. For Freud, libido was primarily the energy of the life instincts, which included not just the sensual, but also creative urges, self-preservation, and the desire for connection. His student, Carl Jung, later expanded the concept of libido to be a more generalized life energy, or psychic force that could be directed towards any number of different things: spirituality, intellect, creativity, and so on. Isn't it incredible? A word used by Cicero to denounce a political enemy and by Horace to advise a friend on living a good life became a cornerstone of modern psychology. It's a perfect example of how the ancient world continues to shape our modern vocabulary and our understanding of ourselves. So to recap, lubido is a third declension feminine noun. Its core meaning is desire, but it's a word rich with connotations of intense passion, whim, and unrestrained will. It was used by Roman writers to explore themes of morality, psychology, and politics. And its modern form, libido, is a key concept in understanding the human mind. The next time you hear the word libido, you can think of its deep and complex history. It's more than just a clinical term, it's a thread connecting us to the passionate, chaotic, and very human world of the ancient Romans. It's a reminder that our struggles with desire, reason, and will are as old as civilization itself. Thank you so much for joining me on this linguistic deep dive today. I hope you found the journey of lubido as fascinating as I do. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more amazing words from the ancient world, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us create more content for you. Drop a comment below with a Latin word you'd like to see us explore next. Until next time, stay curious